Rivalries are a hallmark of every sport. They bring with them intensity and excitement, drawing fans to the edge of their seats. Today, we're diving into the heart of college football, exploring a rivalry that transcends the sport itself. We'll embark on a journey through the storied history of the Ohio State versus Michigan rivalry, a clash that defines the essence of college football. Before we dissect why this rivalry is hailed as the greatest in college sports, let's rewind the clock and explore its roots. Let's turn back the clock to a time when leather helmets were the norm, and college football was just finding its identity. In the late 1800s, Ohio State and Michigan were establishing themselves as football powerhouses, setting the stage for a rivalry that would transcend the sport itself. The first official clash between the Buckeyes and the Wolverines took place in 1897. And even in those formative years, the intensity was palpable. College football was still in its infancy, and the Midwest was becoming a hotbed for the sport. Ohio State and Michigan were at the forefront of this gridiron revolution. As these universities embraced the sport, football became a cultural phenomenon in the Midwest. The rise of college football coincided with a period of industrial and economic growth in the region, adding to the fervor surrounding the game. It wasn't just about touchdowns and tackles. It was about identity and regional pride. Picture the late 19th century, a time when football was still evolving, played on rough fields with minimal protective gear. Ohio State and Michigan, two institutions with a deep-seated commitment to excellence, clashed on the gridiron in those early years, each trying to carve out its place in the emerging world of college football. The rivalry wasn't just confined to the football field. It permeated every aspect of university life. As the programs grew, so did the passion of the fans. It was more than a game. It was a clash of ideologies, a battle for supremacy in the realm of higher education and athletics. These early clashes laid the foundation for what would become the most anticipated game on the college football calendar. The seeds of a rivalry were planted, and as the years went by, they would blossom into a gridiron saga that transcended generations, defining the very essence of college football in the Midwest. As the 20th century dawned, the Ohio State versus Michigan rivalry became a fixture on the college football landscape. The game evolved into a showcase of skill, strategy, and pure passion, with iconic moments etching their mark on the annals of football history. Legendary coaches emerged, each leaving an indelible mark on the rivalry. Woody Hayes and Bo Schembechler, two giants of the game, engaged in what became known as the 10-Year War. Their strategic battles on the field and mutual disdain for one another fueled the rivalry to unprecedented heights. One of the most memorable moments in the history of this rivalry occurred in 1950, a game forever known as the Snow Bowl. In a blizzard, the Buckeyes and Wolverines battled fiercely, the elements adding an extra layer of fierceness to an already heated contest. It ended in a 9-3 victory for Michigan, forever etching this clash into the folklore of the rivalry. Woody Hayes, with his fierce determination and infamous temper, embodied the spirit of Ohio State football. Bo Schembechler, a disciple of Hayes, brought his own brand of ferocity to Michigan. Their coaching duels elevated the rivalry, turning it into more than just a game. It was a battle of philosophies, a war for supremacy in the Big Ten. No great rivalry is complete without its share of controversy. There have been disputed touchdowns, questionable calls, and moments that sparked debates for decades. But that controversy is part of what makes this rivalry so enthralling. It's the unpredictability, the sense that anything can happen when Ohio State and Michigan take the field. From Archie Griffin's 2 Heisman Trophy winning performances against Michigan to the number 1 versus number 2 showdowns, each chapter of this rivalry added layers to its rich tapestry. The game was not just a football contest. It was a spectacle, a drama that unfolded on the grand stage of college football. What sets the Ohio State versus Michigan rivalry apart from the rest is not just the X's and O's on the field. It's the cultural, social, and emotional tapestry that has woven itself into the very fabric of this epic clash. This rivalry isn't confined to the gridiron. It extends to the hearts and souls of fans, shaping the identity of entire communities. The cultural significance of this rivalry is evident in the fervor of the fan base. It's not just a game day, it's a cultural event, a date circled on calendars months in advance. The Muck-Fishigan chants, the Script Ohio, and the Scarlet and Gray versus Maize and Blue. These are not just elements of the game. They are symbols of identity and pride for the fans. Socially, the Ohio State versus Michigan game is a unifying force. Families gather, alumni return to their alma maters, and entire communities come together to witness a spectacle that goes well beyond the boundaries of sport. It's a shared experience that brings people from all walks of life under one banner, if only for a few hours on a Saturday afternoon. Emotionally, this rivalry is unparalleled. Players grow up understanding the significance of the game. It's not just about winning a football game. It's about etching your name into the storied history of your university. The tears shed in defeat and the unbridled joy in victory are not just individual experiences. They are shared by entire communities who invest their emotions in the success of their team. The Ohio State versus Michigan rivalry isn't confined to the football season. It shapes conversations at the water cooler, influences career choices, and fosters a sense of camaraderie that lasts a lifetime. The emotional investment isn't a fleeting moment either. It's a lifelong commitment to the colors, traditions, and values associated with each university. Beyond the football field, the Ohio State versus Michigan rivalry has permeated popular culture. It's a subject of books, documentaries, and even songs. The game has become a cultural touchstone, a symbol of the enduring passion that college sports can inspire. Now let's delve into what makes the Ohio State versus Michigan rivalry not just a regional clash, but a spectacle that resonates across the entire college football landscape. It's about statistical parity, national implications, and a profound impact on the broader canvas of college sports. Statistical parity is a hallmark of this rivalry. The head-to-head records between the Buckeyes and the Wolverines are remarkably close, showcasing a level of competition that is unmatched in college football. This isn't a one-sided affair. It's a constant tug-of-war where each team strives to assert its dominance. When Ohio State and Michigan clash, it's not just a Big Ten showdown. It's a game with national implications. Many times, the winner of this matchup has gone on to play for conference championships, and in some cases, the coveted spots in the college football playoff. The game is a litmus test, a proving ground where the elite are separated from the rest. The national spotlight that accompanies the Ohio State versus Michigan clash has elevated both programs to iconic status. It's not just about winning a game anymore. It's about showcasing your program on a stage where the entire nation is watching. The impact of this rivalry extends far beyond the field. It's a showcase of the best that college football has to offer. Recruiting is the lifeblood of college football, and the Ohio State versus Michigan rivalry plays a crucial role in shaping the future of both programs. The allure of playing in a game with such historic significance, the chance to be a part of a tradition that spans generations. These factors make the rivalry a key selling point for top-tier recruits. Coaches aspire to lead their teams to victory in the Ohio State versus Michigan game, not just for the immediate gratification of a win, but for the long-term impact on the program's legacy. Success in this rivalry is a badge of honor that reverberates through the corridors of college football, influencing coaching decisions, program prestige, and the broader narrative of the sport. As we step into the present, let's examine the current state of the Ohio State versus Michigan rivalry, recent matchups, coaching changes, and the evolving dynamics on the field all contribute to shaping the ongoing narrative of this historic clash. In recent years, the rivalry has continued to captivate audiences with high-stakes, closely contested battles. The games have not only been pivotal in determining Big Ten supremacy, but have often influenced the national college football landscape, with playoff implications hanging in the balance. Coaching changes are an inevitable part of college football, and the impact of these changes on the Ohio State versus Michigan rivalry cannot be overstated. New coaching regimes bring fresh perspectives, strategies, and often renewed intensity to the game. The dynamics of the coaching matchups add an extra layer of intrigue as the torch is passed from one era to the next. The Buckeyes, under the leadership of Ryan Day, have continued their tradition of excellence, consistently competing at the highest levels of college football. On the other side, the Wolverines, guided by Jim Harbaugh, have aimed to reclaim their spot at the top of the Big Ten and the national rankings. Recent matchups have seen pivotal moments that will be etched into the ongoing saga of the Ohio State versus Michigan rivalry. Whether it's dramatic comebacks, record-setting performances, or controversial calls, each game adds a new chapter to the storied history of this clash. Looking ahead, the anticipation for each Ohio State versus Michigan matchup remains as high as ever. The rivalry continues to be a spectacle that transcends the sport, drawing in fans from across the nation who are eager to witness the next chapter of this enduring saga. In conclusion, the Ohio State versus Michigan rivalry isn't just a relic of the past. It's a living, breathing entity that continues to shape the landscape of college football. From coaching changes to recent matchups, the dynamics may evolve, but the essence of the rivalry remains constant, a clash of titans that defines the very spirit of the sport we love. Thank you for watching.